Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ron, your boy, for the Redskin Report slash Commanders. This is episode 8, where today I will be talking about how the Washington Commanders will come up with a big board for the 2026 NFL Draft and how they do the grading as far as with position groups and team needs. So 8.0, if you see a prospect 8.0, that's a perfect prospect slash generational talent. So you're getting a bona fide super superstar, which we already have a quarterback, JD5. He's definitely a bona fide prospect. 7.3 to 7.5 is a perennial All Pro. So if we get one of those players, if within that grade, they have a chance to be a consistent Pro Bowler. So that'd be great. Whatever position we get, that'd be awesome. Get someone of that caliber. 7.0 to 7.1 has Pro Bowl talent. That simply means they had the potential to be a Pro Bowler. They just have to be coached up a little bit to reach the perennial Pro Bowl status. So they're not that far off. Now this next stat, this next one is immediate starter tier. So this simply means um, they can come in and start. 6.7, 6.9 is a year one starter. So just remember 6.7, 6.9 and above. That's a good blue chipper. But 6.7, 6.9 is a bona fide starter. That means they start from day one. They can come in just like JD did, pick up the system, study, hard worker. Um, they already know some of their craft, so they can pretty much hit the ground running. Now, 6.5 to 6.6, that's considered a boom or a bust. So it can go either way. It all depends on the individual. You know how bad they want it, how serious they're about they studying, going in, practicing before, after practice, taking notes, asking the right questions, things of that nature. How bad do they want it? Now the next tier is the developmental starter tier. This is like they almost, but they're not quite. They're not there yet. They probably gonna need a couple of years. That's how you build your backups. Your backups. They pretty much your backups and future stars. 6.40 to 6.49, good starter within 2 years. So again, let me reiterate that. 6.40 to 6.49, they consider a good starter within 2 years. So within 2 years of them getting drafted, they'll be considered a starter. They'll be ready to take on the starter position. 6.30 to 6.39, eventual plus starter. So pretty much they'll eventually have a chance to be a starter. And not quite there yet, but eventually with with the proper work effort and proper coaching, they can get there. Now 6.20 to 6.29 is a developmental. They have developmental starting traits. So they're not quite there yet, but they have, as far as traits, they have the skill set to eventually be a starter. It's something there they can work. The coaches can work with and bring it out of them. So they're not quite there yet. Well, they're not that far off. So just kind of take that in consideration, like developmental players. Some developmental players, it takes time. You know what I mean? Especially the first year, no matter what position they play in, because they got to get first of all they get used to the game speed. The playbook is a little different. and you're going up against top tier players every game at your position, no matter what position you play. So that takes time. Now this one, these players they're gonna be backup slash role player tiers, which simply means they're gonna be some good. Um, you gotta look at it. I try to look at it like basketball. You got starting five, and then you got your bench. So these are gonna be the bench players if the starter's not if it's not clicking right or if it's not going the way we want it to go. You can put them in, and they can come in and give you instant energy, instant plays, and while the starters get going. So 6.0 to 6.19 are backups who can spot starters. Just 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 what I just said. Like starter, if he having an off game or anything like that, needs to be backups and come in. Or we have injuries, because that's part of the NFL too. You're gonna have injuries. As you saw last year, we had an abundance of injuries, and unfortunately, we didn't have the backups behind the starters to combat that. So it really wiped out the game plan. We couldn't run certain things. You had to dial stuff down, and yeah, it wasn't good. Now 6.00 to 6.09 are quality backups. Simply put it, um, if we get in a pinch or we got injuries again, they step in and we don't lose anything. Still, train still flowing, still going. So that's how you gotta look at it. All great teams, because we're not that far off. All great teams not only have a starting five, a good bench, good rotation. You gotta have good rotation. Just like I said again, I piggyback just like on basketball. All the greats, they got a good starter, but they bench. That's what carries them. Bench defense. Gotta have a bench. If you don't have no bench, I don't care how good your starters is. If you don't have no bench, it don't matter. Because if they go down, then everything has to change and flip. So you gotta have a good bench. You gotta have good twos, threes, and fours, just in case. And even your practice squad, they gotta be ready to come up at any time. Now, 5.80 to 5.99 are backups slash special team contributors. And I can honestly say last year the one consistent with our special teams was good throughout the whole year. So good special teams, especially on kickoff, punt return, and punt coverage and kick return coverage. Excellent job. Kudos to our special team coach. We salute you, sir. Thank you. You've been one consistent throughout the whole year. So I salute you, sir. If don't nobody else tell you, I tell you did one heck of a job considering how the season went last year. So kudos to you. I definitely agree with the 1 year deal with the kicker, and I really think you need competition too. It should be competition all over the field. Every position should be competition. Nothing should be handed to anybody. You got to work for it. Anything you want is worth fighting for, and that's how they got to look at it. You got to build like that. You can't take people's feelings and emotions. That don't matter. You got to do what's best for the team. All the great teams is competition throughout the whole, from all the offense to the defense positions. Should be competition throughout. That's how you get better. You don't get better if you here and your competition with teams like this. That's not getting better. So yeah. Now, these the players. These are roster bubble tiers. 5.00 to 5.79 are practice squad candidates. So if you see these grades, these are players potentially that's going to be on our practice squad. They're not quite there yet. They need some time to get more developed, and eventually they'll be able to get on the field and be starters. 5.50 to 5.59 are developmental camp players. These are players, as stated, they developmental, they're not quite there yet. So you can develop them while they're in camp. And you might find a gem. You never know. You know what I mean? That's why it's good to have a big wide net variety. We can't only look at just the draft picks. We got to look at the undrafted too that we also signed after the draft. They just as important as the starters and the backups and the free agents that we signed. Now, 5.40 to 5.49 are training camp bodies, which simply means they're just, like I said, they're just going to be in training camp. Most likely, unless they do something spectacular, they probably not going to make the team. So, of course, you do have players like that's just in for the camp bodies. Now, 5.00 to 5.39, these are priority undrafted free agents. Pretty much, these are, as soon as the draft is over, these are people who they want to sign immediately after the draft. They see potential starters if they develop and season right for depth also. So those is a pretty much serious breakdown of how the scouts, especially for the Washington Commanders or any football team, go about setting up the draft board for the players and each position, and go by need. But in this case, we had a good free agency, signed some good players. Next episode, I will go into that, and I will also tap into our draft big board, my top 10 prospects at the positions of need for our team, because we checked off a lot of boxes during free agency. So if you like what I produce, please subscribe, share, give thumbs up, and please send suggestions too. Whether you're with the team or not, good or bad, I enjoy the feedback. So that means that you like the content I'm bringing you, and it's enjoyable. So until we talk again, y'all have a great one.